хватит, забыла сирена, и мы быстро прыгаем в воду. Мы жить не привыкли на суше, мы любим нырять и купаться, аквалангисты. Это хорошо, да! Взрослые знают и дети, мы радость творим на планете. Аквалангисты, это не игра. Меня укусила акула, тебя укусила акула, ее укусила акула, да нас всех укусила акула. Аквалангисты, это не игра.
Yes, there was a bit of a delay between my announcement and the stream start, but here we are. Good evening, afternoon, or whatever time on your part of the planet it is. And as I mentioned in the stream's announcement, Path of Exile 2 just released. But honestly, I've never been too much of a fan of the first game, but I do respect the action RPG games. All of them, or almost all of them. Now let me just quickly check up on some of the details, and we should be able to start. Hopefully the capture software will cooperate on this one. Even though it's an older game, it should run smoothly. Now, in case you were wondering, also let me turn down the mic volume a little bit too, because I don't want to blast your eardrums out. Otherwise, things will get unpleasant for all of us. But other than that, where was I? Right. As I was going to say, Torchlight is a pretty solid game, mainly because it has been made by the same people that made the original Diablo and Diablo 2. And you will see why in a little bit. Now, as to how the developers that made Diablo split off and decided to make their own game, that I believe has been covered during my Tuesday's stream when we were exploring the history of Blizzard Entertainment. And if you recall, at that point, it all came down to the fact that Blizzard North was a very independent studio, in the sense that, how can I put it? It was an independent studio in the way that a lot of the things were made with pre-approval of basically all of the studio members, and they were very intent on doing their own things, so believe it or not, things were not very efficient when it came to making the game happen. Now let's just lower the music volume and the sound volume a little bit. Shouldn't be too loud. Yep, there we go. And now let's get right into it, shall we? 3 classes to choose from, just like in the original Diablo. We've got Destroyer, excels at melee combat and channels the power of his ancestors. Vanquisher, expert marksman, uses traps to confuse and debilitate her foes. And Alchemist, channels the power of Ember to attack from afar and summon minions to his side. If we were to go by the Diablo 1 formula, we've got Warrior, the Rogue, and the Mage. Or rather, as it goes, Fighter, Mage, Thief. Now, if only there was a way to obtain that third pet, which would be a ferret. Nevertheless, I think we're gonna go with a Vanquisher. I'll take a cat, which honestly looks more like a lynx to me, if we're being honest. And what would be a good cat name? I think of a couple of options. And honestly, I think we're gonna go with Mittens. Yeah, I suppose so. Mittens is a good one. As for the Vanquisher's name, Torchlight 2 reveals that Vanquisher's name is Commander Vale, so we're gonna go with that one. Destroyer and the Alchemist have no canonical names. And you know why else I'm going with Vanquisher? Because she gets to use guns. And you know me, just like Ross Scott of Accursed Farms fame, if an RPG game, or any game at all, gives me the choice between melee and guns, especially in fantasy settings, I am going to choose guns. As for the difficulty, I'm thinking we go with hard. And let the intro speak for itself. In a moment.
The disturbances in Torchlight were more severe than I expected, but I must admit I felt a bit relieved. Petty assignments often signal the end of a vanquisher's career. I came to restore the flow of Ember, but the darkness below Torchlight ran far deeper than the mines. It would be a test of both my skill and my conviction. Evil must be torn out at its root, and this one had buried itself deeply.
Welcome to the town of Torchlight. Explore the area by left-clicking to move around, visit denizens of the town to shop, or find quests to perform. When you're ready, enter the mines to begin your journey. No exit out of this one, it looks like. And here's our first quest from Vasman.
Anything you need?
Monster text disrupting my work. Vasman, Scholar of Ember. He wants to bring him a sample of gleaming ember somewhere on the first floor of the mine. That sounds easy enough.
Hello there.
Most of the townsfolk here are unavailable to interact with, besides saying,
Good day.
these monsters are disrupting my work, so go out and kill them dead. That's where the rest of the shops are going to open up. Here's our stash. Our other merchant, which sells general goods. Pretty standard deal. He sells us mana and health potions, as well as identifying town portal scrolls.
Bye-bye.
Nothing major, but essential.
Help or stay out of the way.
Let's help out this guy. Some ratlings, and a cave troll.
Brink, over here! I can't hold them back much longer.
You all right, Syl? Rest here a while. I'm going ahead to finish the job.
And off he goes.
It's no wonder Master Ulrich sent for my help. The Ember mines are overrun with these creatures. His letter was urgent, but I had no idea how dire things had become. I am Syl, and that was my companion, Brink. We've only just arrived in Torchlight, and it looks like we're going to need some help. You look capable, and I can pay you well. Please, catch up to Brink before he gets himself killed.
Sure. Although Brink seems to handle himself quite well.
I've arrived in Torchlight and begun my exploration of the tunnels below. These mines are vast and aglow with ember. I've never seen so rich a vein. Miners labor to extract it and take no heed of my warnings. I cannot blame them. I, too, could not resist the pull of ember. This ember is the same as that which afflicts me. The taint within it resonates with the corruption in my bones. I can feel it so clearly now. Blight springs from the depths and flows up through the veins. To purge myself of this evil, I must find the source.
And that was our introduction to the, well, slight spoilers here, main bad guy that we'll be gunning towards. For now, let's deal with these spiders and rattlings. Nothing too serious, but hey, it's a start. Let's see, how does this... well, already got us our first pistol, so now things should be a bit more shooty. Although we're gonna want to get us a second pistol in order to keep shooting faster. I have to say, the music on the mines is perhaps one of my favorite ones. It carries all these Diablo notes, if you catch my drift. Hello there. The rattlings raid our supplies, but they never bother looking in the barrels. I stuffed my extra kit in them and it stays safe and sound. Thanks for the tip. I'll try not to loot your stash. No promises, however. Now the bombard over here is of course a rifle, or I suppose a shotgun. No, definitely a rifle. It would have said so. But over 2 decades since I played a Diablo game, well, I get to experience it all over. It's a pretty good deal. Holds up even to this day, if you ask me. So, in order to use that rifle, we're gonna need to first get us to level 2, which should be right around the corner. Also get us some slimes over here. Electrical jolt when struck. Not yet, it seems. Or maybe it only procs in melee, but then again, my pet would have activated that. And there's the gleaming ember that we'll need to return. Knock, knock. Anyone home? Nobody besides the spiders. And we all know my reaction to spiders. Kill it with fire. I don't care how useful they are. I dislike them. The passion, one may say. Although the more correct reaction would be fear. And what's this? Just a little bit of gold, and in this chest we got us a magical item. Can we identify it right away? We do, because we do have us a couple of identity scrolls. Put it on. And the ring here, 1% increased magic find and cast speed. Sure, I'll take it. We're definitely gonna be selling that scepter because we do not need it. One-handed? No, two-handed. I guess we can try it and use it for now. But as soon as we hit level 2, I'm switching it over to the rifle. The one thing that can get tricky is clicking on enemies fast enough so that you can actually not run into them. And there we go. Stat points are distributed as you'd expect. We get strength for melee damage, dexterity for range damage, magic for elemental damage, and defense for damage reduction. For now, of course, we're gonna go all in on the dexterity. And let's look at our skill tree. We got us Marksman, Rogue, and Arbiter. The build we're gonna be going for would be Marksman, and right now, our first skill is Ricochet. Active skill, that is. Fire a ricocheting projectile from the active ranged weapon. Inflicts 80% of weapon DPS for now. Our first passive is Ranged Weapons Expertise, which reduces ranged weapon requirements and gives us more weapon damage. Affects bows, crossbows, pistols, and rifles. So yes, we're going to be picking that up as well. Now, as I was promising you. Even though it's... no, it's actually not a downgrade. It's a perfectly serviceable rifle. And sounds as you'd expect. We have no use for shields just now. And down we go into the second level of the mines. Funny how the game does not show any loading screens for now. But I suppose that's the quirk of the capture software. After all, you do see it clearly once the level loads in. And yes, as you'd expect, sometimes the barrels contain skeletons. More XP for us, so we all win out in the end. And that was the ricochet skill. Let's see it again. Almost. Come on, one more. There we go. And hello there, Brink.
Did Syl send you after me? She must have thought I was in over my head again. Well, she's right. These monsters are getting stronger and I could use your help. I'm going after the fiend that was attacking Syl on the bridge. Will you join me?
Yeah, try not to get yourself killed, alright? But I think you can handle yourself. You're a pretty big guy. For me. And down goes the cave troll. And remember, clicking shift and then shooting will allow us to shoot without moving. Spell scroll that we're gonna look at in a moment. Hey, don't steal my experience, alright? Now where was that spell? Right here. Heal all. Heals the caster and all allies. Not too bad. I think we can even equip it right away. No, not in that, okay? Not like that. Like that. And there, we should be good. Also, just like in Diablo, over here we've got sockets on magical items. And the sockets, of course, will only grow in number with the rarity of the item. Feeling nostalgia already? That's good. That's a good feeling. Hold on to it. Yeah, we're not going there just yet. Even on first level, that skill is pretty powerful, but I suppose that's to be expected from the first levels, when you're just starting out your build and getting the hang of its abilities. Also, look at that, I was right. The electrical jolt does proc in melee damage. Shrine of Healing, we don't need it just yet. But we may come back to it later, just to save up on some healing potions. Also, almost missed you there. I do hope we'll be able to find a better weapon, because, as you have noticed, the rifle is starting to lag behind a little bit. I can no longer one-shot or two-shot. Well, I say that, but it just takes stronger enemies to two-shot. Some new boots. Yeah, definitely take them. And let's identify that one, so we can sell it for better prices. Don't know if that's true, but I'd like to believe it's true. Also, get out of there, you anthropomorphic owls. Don't miss those identify scrolls because they are worth their weight in gold.
I don't have enough mana.
What? Okay, what if we were to check that potion and then... Yep, it did take all of our... mana pool to cast. Somewhat unfortunate, but hopefully can be clarified if we were to level up our magic. Let's go up to at least 10, and the rest into dexterity. And now let's level up our ricochet, so that we're dealing full damage, and are not hampered by anything. Still 2-shotting, 3-shotting sometimes, but things will only get better, I can assure you that. Especially... Ooh, that's a big one. Ghoul Mangler the Vengeful, huh? Hey, no biting. No biting, you oversized bug. Yes, I'm taunting you, come get me. No spider will ever best me in a video game. They're only allowed to do that in life. And even then, I would rather run away and come back with either a vacuum cleaner or a bigger boot. No Duolingo Owl is gonna get me tonight either. I come prepared, I've studied my language courses, and I've been judged to be at... God damn it. I always forget their metrics. Actually, they're arachnids. I know, I know. Then again, do I care as to what they self-identify? Not really. They can file the complaints with the complaints department. Which, as one pirate said, that's me gun, by the way. Here's your ember. Fine, clear piece, but there's something odd about it. All the ember from Torchlight seems to have a special quality. Some fame to go with it. A new ring to identify, which is more fire, ice, and poison damage. We'll hold on to it in case we run into some elemental weapons. And we're selling the staff too. Now, you got another quest? We do have a chaos gem for us, for more crit chance. Let's put it on our shoulder armor. Yeah, this'll look nicely. To file a complaint, pull the pin on the spicy pineapple. Indeed. Now, what's your next quest?
Anything you need.
Heard of a vast necropolis buried below the mines. You're looking for Deathlace Ember in there, and you'll give me a mysterious map scroll, which will lead us to another dungeon. And hello there, Bard. Great Bard Trill. Heard of me? Nope. Yeah, didn't. Want me to kill a beast known as Varkaseer. Somewhere down there. Think either this level or the next one. And you'll give me a leather tunic with 2 sockets and plus 2 dexterity bonus. Sounds good to me. But before we go in there, let's sell off all of our junk. Especially those wands.
Take care now.
Now, where's that blacksmith? Enchants items, gem reseller. Should be... yeah, there he is.
Good to see ya.
Thank you. Got anything interesting? In my price range, of course. What do we got? Over under bombarded the master for more crit chance. Ew, and 2 socket slots. That's exciting. It will take almost all of my gold, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take. There, now I can dual wield.
Not a scat.
Now we just need to be on the lookout for any gems. I got a good feeling about that. Not about our companion, of course. but shh, don't tell him that. Knock knock, open up the door, it's real. With a non-stop pop-off of stainless steel, they're gonna give it to ya. Flame Chewer the Destroyer. What you got in here? That's another scepter we can sell off. Hey, don't fall out. Don't just run off to attack the nearest mob. Even if you set off lightning explosions like that. You were gonna sing that, huh? Well, too bad. I was there first. Very good. A new spell, Summon Zombie 1. Try and guess as to what it does. A pack of uncontrollable zombies to attack your foes. I see. Don't think I'll be making too much use of it, but it's good to have nonetheless. And there we go. If we are lucky, we can one-shot now. Of course, luck depends on the crit chance. And our crit chance is okay so far, but it can always be better. Nothing here, nothing here. And we continue on. Let's put some points into strength for now. Just a little bit. And more points in ranged weapon expertise. We're solid so far. Solid as a snake, one might even say. Hey, don't you dare touch me. No unsolicited touching, you know? Also, it looked like that explosion just killed an ambient rat. Apologies to all the rats in the audience. But next time, try not to stand next to the red barrels. There are no guarantees that it won't happen again, but your safety is in your hands. Now, anything interesting over here? Got us a new rifle. Hopefully it's good. Let's compare. No, unfortunately it is not. Therefore, we can sell it off later. Don't jump on me like that, you know? You gotta let me know you first. The rat had a family. Well, they are free to launch a class action lawsuit against me. W, of course, allows me to switch on the fly without going into the menu. Anything good? No, nothing yet. Down to level 3 we go. And what was that? Once the game loads up, you will see what that achievement was. As well as I will. Or, I guess not. But then again, we can just do that and see what that achievement was. Gypped. Blow 25 enemies to pieces with critical strikes. Classy. Oh, and that's a big slime. And I definitely need to break out all of the potions that I have for that one. Wraith Thrower the Accursed, it was. Not our target yet, but I will take all of your loot. Now, why would you And a new enemy type, Varkolin Mage. Hey, don't steal my mana. I needed to kill you with it. Also, in one of the divergences or differences, yeah, that's the word, differences from Diablo, we got us a fishing minigame. What do these fish do? I'll tell you once we catch one. We got us a tunnel shark, and here's what it does. We feed this fish to our pet, and it becomes a different creature for a set amount of time. Consider it a temporary bonus. Yep, tunnel sharks rule. And where are the tunnel sharks? Or rather, burrowers. Down it goes like a sack of potatoes. Oh, the mining shift is here. And they were not too happy to see. Then again, there goes your hazard pay. See? You should have been down there, mining away at all that amber, but instead you chose to attack me, and now you're dead. So will these guys, including their foreman and that bigon. What's his name? Balkrgroth the Malignant. And now he's dead as well. And that's Kelback the Grim. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more elite mobs in here than, say, on normal difficulty. And killing them gives us fame, which gives us more skill points to spend. So let's upgrade our Ricochet to deal even more damage. Also, unfortunately, you only dropped a buckler. But I will take it, and then I'll sell it. I do need money for better gear, to kill you more effectively. Such is the vicious cycle. Although I wouldn't call it vicious. Only when we level up sufficiently, then I'll call it a vicious cycle. Right now it's a menacing cycle, or perhaps a disgruntled cycle. Hey, can you stop munching on me? Thank you. And a new spell, what was it? Summon Skeleton One. Summons a skeletal warrior to attack your foes. Anything good? A new sash for us. Plus poison resistance and armor. That's pretty good. And that one, that's all right. Gives us more mana, but we'll need to extract the gem from its socket. And that would mean destroying the item. I'm happy to do that, but only once we get back to town. We can hold off for now. A unicycle? Yeah, I think so. We are getting stronger, and I am all too happy to see it. I hope you're too. Also, look at that. Level difference can make me miss. Wonder if it did in Diablo as well. Hey. Go lie down, lazy bones. And you cannot decide who to attack, so down you go all the same. Now, some more points into everything across the board, and new set of skills unlocked. Second skill, Frost Pillow. Fire a piercing ice projectile from a ranged weapon. Minus 100% interrupt chance when I'm being attacked is, well, it can be tricky once we hit the lower levels, so not sure if we need to invest into that one. But we do unlock a new passive skill, which is Critical Strikes. Increases the chance and improves the damage of all critical strikes, which will be leveling up as well, because I do love me those crit builds. Roll the dice and see the enemy melt. Like that. Hey. Have the courtesy to die when you're being shot at, okay? Okay. Glad we're on the same page here. Dead adventurer, thank you for your identify scroll. Your death will not be in vain, and may even be avenged. Come the appropriate time. I don't know who killed you, but we'll definitely nail them. Oh, that explains why the chest was thrown away. That was a mimic. Disgorge all of your contents. Share them with me. I require it. Oh, that's another gem. Cracked Life Ember. Poison damage. Yeah, let's put it on. And what's that? Ah, that's a staff. We can sell it off. There's the target, Varkaseer. Slows, seeking spells. Not too shabby for a first assassination. Yes, I do consider that to be an assassination, because we were specifically asked to kill this guy. Everything else is just wanton destruction. And as you can see, height difference is still in full force. Because Ricochet can be stopped by the stairs. Now I do believe we have us a new pistol to replace one of the other ones, which is lagging behind in terms of damage, so once we deal with this pack of rats, like so. Oh, also got us new gauntlets. Still the same. We'll put on that tunic. No. Yeah, that one is definitely better than the other white pistol that we have right now. I can already see the exit on to the next level. And look at that. We now can 1 to 2 shot people. We're definitely making progress. Hey, hey. Get in line. You're not the only ones, you know. No ticket. No ticket, no service. Same to you, Gramps.
My pack is full.
And there we go. Our inventory is now full, which means we can explore another wonderful mechanic from Torchlight, where we take our pet, we give him everything that we want sold, like that, besides the ring, because it is a pretty good ring. Sub-electrical employs a resistance, fire damage, and increased magic find, which I think can replace this one. because it is a straight upgrade and it does have 2 sockets. And now we send off our pet to sell it all off.
Your pet has departed.
Fetch a fair price for me. There we go, now that's an orderly line, just as you like to see. Yep, upgraded from 5.7 to 9mm. And while we are here,
Has returned.
thank you. It can disrupt the flow a little bit, but hey. At least the game will not continue in the background while that pop-up happens. Also, looks like we have missed a room on our way here, so let's just backtrack a little bit and leave no stone unturned. I like that in action RPGs. Get in line, as we've discussed with the previous group. Tickets, please. Tickets. Thank you. Thank you for your understanding. I said no ticket, no admittance. Good on you. And good on you too. And on you. Let me speak to your union representative first. Which one of you is the union representative? I wish to discuss the dental plan and other health benefits. There. Everything taken care of, and nobody is complaining. We pride ourselves on efficiency in this fine establishment. Anything interesting? I'm not gonna be taking that. It does look good, but still falls short of a white bombard, if you can believe that. I guess guns really are just better. At least for now. But once again, whenever I can, I will be sticking with guns. Flintlocks, wheel locks, you name 'em, I'll take 'em. Torchlight 2, however, will change the rifles over to shotguns. Or blunderbusses, I suppose, considering the time period, or supposed time period that this takes place in. Happiness is a warm gun, and power comes from the barrel of the gun, as we all know. Now, however, I believe it's time for our first boss encounter. Before that, however, let me go away for a second because I need to check up on something very important. We'll be right back. Hopefully, this won't take too long. let's get back to it. Gotta say, this is a pretty good mic since it can pick me up on that distance. Alright then, here we go.
Now I have you. What have you done with Ulrich?
I am here, Brink. I sent for Syl, but I don't recall inviting you or your friend. You may still prove useful, however. Still.
Curse you sudden yet inevitable betrayal. Why did I run into this? For plot points. And this is our first boss encounter, Brink the Corrupted. We should be able to deal with him without too much hassle. Just don't forget to drink your potions, not poisons. Although that depends on your perspective, but I do enjoy my healing without homeopathy. Thank you kindly. Keep shooting, keep firing. And we'll have him down. See, he's already below half health. Just gotta keep pouring it on him. Avoiding his fancy trick shots. Now he's burning. Or maybe it's the poison. In any case... Okay, you've wounded my pet. Now that's grounds for offense. And I do take capital offense in someone who harms mittens, you know? Therefore, prepare to be extra dead. Never mind that you were my friend just on the floor prior. You were corrupted. No cure for that. Goodbye. Didn't even explode. I take that back.
No! What has happened? Alas, my friend. You say this is Ulrich's doing? Then his summons was a trap. But why?
The corruption here must have overwhelmed his mind. I can't believe it's so powerful. Yes, yes. See, it's touched you as well. Light is spreading through you, and if we don't find a way to stop it, you'll meet the same fate as Brink. I'm sorry I brought you into this. I'll do my best to cure you. Meet me in Torchlight, and I'll tell you my plan.
Okay. We'll meet you there in a second. For now, let me loot the body of your best friend. Did he drop any good loot? Guess we'll find out. Anything else? Just a little bit of gold. And a couple of chests, which we absolutely will be taking.
You have triggered a trap.
How uncouth of you. I do have enough identify scrolls for all of that. Increased magic fight and increases all poison damage by 1. Well, there's some synergy for us. What's this? Brom's Roughhide Tunic permanently increases defense by 2. Chug it down. More fire and poison damage. Smart leather armor with mana and health. We can put it on. Fire, ice resistance, defense attribute bonus, and some more fire resistance. And what else do we have? Another hand axe, quarterstaff, and 2 fancy hats. 1 with armor, 1 increases all poison damage, and some more health. We're definitely hitting a bit of a synergy there, if I do say so myself. But now, let's go back to Torchlight. The plot is progressing after all. I'll speak with you in a moment. First, however, Trailbot assassination is carried out.
I am overburdened.
And let's sell off everything we've gotten so far. Anything new you can give us? That's an interesting handgun. In our price range, but we need to be leveled up more. How about our rifle? Nothing quite there yet. Yeah, that would require more level and more dexterity. So I guess it is
Not a scan.
kind of a backup option for now. Now, who else do you want me to kill? Ghoul Reaver the Gnasher on 5th floor. And you'll give us a helmet, which requires more magic. Okay? Now, Syl,
I'm a bit overwhelmed, friend. Brink is dead, my master is lost. I feel responsible for your corruption as well. Somehow the blighted ember is fusing with your flesh, changing it. But at least the progress is slow. I have some knowledge of the crypts below the mine. The Overseer experimented with methods of purifying ember. He may be able to use his knowledge to purge the corruption from you now. Find the Overseer's library. His notes should be there.
we'll get right on it. And by right on it, I of course mean... Let's visit the item enchanter first. Let's see if you can make something interesting with our bombard.
Fortune smiles on you.
More faster attack and more crit chance. Yeah, that's solid. Also, have I... Oh, right. I was going to get a better leather mantle, but I forgot that I sold off the one that I was going to replace it with. Anyway, let's extract that gem.
Got some good deals for you.
Here you go.
Waste no time.
And that critical hit chance goes on the ring. I'm sure it looks lovely. Now, do you have a replacement?
Good to see ya.
You do have a number of them. Here's a pretty decent one. Increases all physical and elemental damage by 2% and specifically electric damage by 2%. I'll take it. Anything exciting as well? Well, obviously it requires more... for me either to be more leveled up or have better dexterity.
I got things to do.
Hey. Now, what was it you wanted to speak to me about?
Hi there.
Hatch, richest man in town. Well, that's my plan anyhow. Get us a key that opens a portal, and you want me to find a treasure there. Sure. You'll give me 2 big health potions and a fireball spell. Well, into the randomly generated dungeon we go. This will be a fine trip, if a bit short. Crypt of the Chronicler is where we are. And it's already full of zombies, which are pretty tough, looks like. Now, restore the vial. Your Riz will not work on me, excuse me. And excuse you. Good thing that these zombies are slow. I do feel the increase in attack speed, but the damage output could be a lot better. Time to improve our dexterity to the max and grab us the ranged weapon expertise yet again. Anything we've missed? Nothing yet. Now that is what I like to see. Who are you? You haven't been invited. And no, I don't care that it's your home. You need an invitation. Just walking around doing God knows what. Who is that? Balkubai. Well, goodbye to Balkubai. And your posse of shamblers. Not White Walkers, mind you, pale shamblers, totally different thing. And don't let GRRM tell you anything otherwise. He's got Winds of Winter to finish. Bully him about that relentlessly. Especially now that we all know that he's written himself into a corner where all the good guys in Game of Thrones are dead and he is only left with evil ones or morally grey ones. Let him wriggle out of that one. Maybe he will write himself into another corner, or he'll do something like the Game of Thrones TV series finale. Now we're gonna have a good laugh. Get out of here, meat golem. We do not respect they-them pronouns of the undead, excuse me. Only they-them pronouns of the living in here. Because we are, after all, friends of living things here. The undead, not so much. Unless, or actually especially if it's someone like this guy here. Face Drinker the Accursed. How do you drink a face? You don't drink a face, you eat a face, you stupid. Look at him with that mace of his. Get out of my sight. Before I drink your face for a change. I think I did. Then again, no, I didn't. Undead flesh rarely tastes good. I know you don't need to be an expert in order to verify that. You just look at the thing, and you tell me that it tastes good. Same goes for any Scandinavians in the chat. You cannot convince me that pickled herring is a good dish. Never. Absolutely never. Let's see. We're starting to run low on identify scrolls, so after that, a trip to the shop to replace them will be in order. Oh, Mittens, I'm sorry. Let me heal you up a little bit, my baby. There, you should feel better soon. Will White Walker watch some evil character into a good one? We'll just have to wait and see. But the wait is gonna take a while. And hopefully the wait will be worth the wait. Milk pickled puffins? No. And there we go. Found what we were looking for. At least. I think so. Mittens is definitely starting to feel the hurt. We might need to find him some items to boost his durability. Because he does need to be a little bit more tanky for everything that's coming up ahead. Aha! Almost got me. But I was faster. Now come over here, my beloved pet. And share the burden with me. Yes, kitten mittens, my beloved. At least no, at least for now, for as long as I remember that you exist. Hey, you guys missed the memo. Everybody's dead. And you should be too. Don't thank me. Also, hello there, rodent. Always nice to see you here. Now, here's your stuff.
Well, hello.
See what I did? Of course I do. What if I told you that was the plan all along?
Hail.
Another portal in which I need to find the raw gem. And you'll give me this cutlass. Fine. But before that, let's stock up on our identify scrolls.
That is impossible.
Anything new? I suppose we can equip the fireball. And the common skeleton spell. Oh, not yet it seems. No, there we go. And I don't think we'll need the zombies. Anything else we can sell off? Definitely that. And this, and that. Now, excuse me, let me take a look at your...
Not possible.
What?
That is impossible.
What do you mean?
I can't.
There.
I can't.
I guess some of you are just too cool for school. Or rather, too cool for the identification scroll. There we go. Honestly, the nerve of some of you just barging in here and being unidentifiable, being a total mystery. SMH, as the kids these days say. Right, here you go. Increased gold fine, no. No, and no. And I will buy back, rather buy more of those identify scrolls. And I think we can upgrade from regular health potions to big health potions. Like so.
Bye-bye.
Anything interesting new?
Hey, what are you?
Interesting and new. That would be a good replacement for my white pistol. Let's equip it. Also, do you still have those rifles? No? That's a crying shame. I suppose we'll continue dual wielding.
It's not a scat.
Now then, what lies before us? Kill the rat, summon the rodent. Those two were totally unrelated. Otherwise, he would have appeared at the first sight of me killing those ratlings. So, we're back in the mines. Although this time there are no creepers around. Because I am the danger. Ah, looks like they do trigger even on ranged attacks after all. That's good to know. Line up, thank you. Thank you kindly. We accept all applications after a thorough evaluation process. However, we reserve the right to reject any and all applicants with proper explanation. And the explanation will follow up at a later date, after the interview. Your performance is lagging, and that is considered grounds for termination. None of you are model employees, if I'm being completely honest with you. You can do better, but you choose not to. Fired. You're all fired. Get out of my sight. You shall not be missed. What did I say? Pack up your belongings and get out. The nerve of some people, honestly. Although I will admit, this is just me channeling all of those previous workplaces that I have been at. Let me tell you, nobody wants to work customer service, and yet I found myself pigeonholed into this type of job all too often. If I tell you that your job is to call people about surveys on the products that they use in their everyday work environments, it's basically the same thing. Even if it's supposed to be totally different, they still choose to disregard you and tell you to call them again later or just drop the call. Or the process takes too long because they struggle with answers, and it all goes downhill from there. What do I want to enchant? Let's see if we can enchant our small bombard a bit better. Or maybe this pistol, this handgun, which will replace this pistol. Let's see what we get. Fire damage and armor degraded per hit. Yeah, that's decent. If I try to turn it on and off again, believe me, that was one of the advices I would give to people. Because I had to deal with Wi-Fi routers. Or internet providers in general. And the answer would be yes, and I would be forced to think as to what else can be applied in that case. I would ask them to place it somewhere with more accessible, in a somewhere more open place where they're not out in the corner or up against the wall, and it would still not fix their problem. But it would drive me up a wall, if you can believe it. Because more often than not, I did not have a clear answer as to what needed to be done. And I would think that I did a poor job. It would get on everyone's nerves. Honestly, sometimes I'm not sure as to whether I do a good job or not. It's so much clearer in here, you know? You have clear indication of what you're doing wrong. Sometimes, just sometimes. Just like that one meme goes, where it's so easy as a tequila shot. We're stuck with a faulty router for 2 years, and all I had to do was reinsert one of the wires a couple times. It do be like that sometimes. You are Beaston the Loathsome. See? You were such a pushover, nobody will miss you. And nobody will miss me if I were to die. But that is a story for another time and another day. If I were to get into writing, which I plan to do at some point in my life, I could explore all of my wonderful mental conditions. Maybe put them into paper to ease the burdens. Hey, excuse me, didn't know it was your stuff. Now it's my stuff. No hard feelings, huh? No hard feelings. What do we have here? Ooh, that's a pretty hefty upgrade. 69, which is pretty nice, but 104 is much better. I would miss you. Yeah. Plus a couple of other people, I suppose. Wait, and now you're gone for 50 seconds. Misclick. Misinput. This, however, is no misinput, but a calculated result. Let's just wait for a little while and consider our next course of action. Obviously, we're gonna sell off all of the white stuff. Dexterity and magic attribute bonus, but it's too small. Too small, in fact.
Your pet has returned.
Now, once more with feeling. Sell off all of that. And I expect you make a profit on that. Not right now, but maybe once I do load you up with everything to the fullest. Alright, that's everything taken care of in that corner of the map. Oh, and almost missed you there. Even if it's just more fodder for the merchant, that's an extra coin I can earn. Also, if you live in Europe, or any other part of the world for that matter, knock one out tonight. Why? Because today is Finland's Independence Day. Which it kind of fell into at the start of Russian Civil War. But they did held on their own in their own civil war against the communists, and later reaffirmed it during Winter War. Even if they later chose to ally with the Nazis and then participated in the continuation war, but that's an entirely different story. And they're entering the new chapter of their history, their official accession into NATO. What are you doing around here, going all over the place and not choosing where you are supposed to be? Stream's chagging a little bit? Hopefully it's fixed by now. Otherwise, I will be disappointed. Smoothbore. White one, unfortunately, but it does have more damage. Maybe we'll even be able to enchant it for better performance. Or we can buy us a better one should the merchant's inventory be replaced after we are done here. Look at that, terrain features do block your shots, so no more magically shooting through a corner. That was, however, a miss entirely on my end. Let me know if it begins to chug once again. Ooh, that's a biggin. Gorgol the Accursed. I'm gonna need 2 guns for this one. And your slows won't do a thing to me, buddy old pal.
That isn't possible. Not possible.
There we go. Strictly worse, but can still be sold for a pretty penny. What was that? No wall bangs? Sir, we are a pretty solid establishment here. We would do no such things, only raw damage potential, as you can see. And that was what we were looking for. Or not. That was just a pretty good sword. Too bad we don't need swords in here. But it is a pretty good sword. And a better boots. Ancestor's Hope. Requires strength 21. Faster cast speed, bonus to crit damage. More armor degraded and mana stolen on hit. Honestly, if we were a little bit stronger, I could have equipped it. But otherwise, I will be forced to sell it, because gun and sword does sound enticing, but I don't think it's an optimal build for what I'm going for. You catch my drift? I know they say gun and sword in accord, but we're a gunslinger, goddammit. An elegant weapon for a civilized age and all that. Down we go. Yes, indeed. Now, which one of you was wearing that? Where did you hide it, is my question. I guess Amphibil the Pestilent or Persistent can answer that. No, Pestilent. They're all persistent bastards. Goodbye. Hey, did you spawn a Varkalit on your death, huh? What was that all about? What do we have here? A staff, a shiv, and... Do I want dexterity or do I want health? I think I'll stick with dexterity for a little while. Unless we find something even better. Maybe this guy down there will have it. There's our quest item, the raw gem. What do you... Oh, right. Let's free up some place quickly. That inventory is full, which means off you go. Beast of Burden.
Your pet has departed.
There.
Quest complete.
Almost. We just need to make it back. Were you Camdor the Accursed, huh? Well, you're definitely gonna be accursed after I'm done with you. Now let me just hit you, so stay still. Thank you for the applied slow motion spell, that was pretty cool. Now try it again. Try it again, come on. Come on, do it. Kill me. Big John. Wow. Give me your boots. Come on, kill me. Kill me now.
Your has returned.
615 gold. Something tells me you do have a slush fund in there somewhere. They are taking a cut from it. Mittens, you're my type. And I'm proud to have you as my pet. Kill me, you ugly son of a bitch. Something tells me he won't. Come on. Let's be serious. None of you have the guts to do what needs to be done. Nothing else? Those are pretty sweet boots, but I do need more magic from me. I'll consider it. Look at that, the explosion almost killed him and then I came along. You, however, have no such honor. I will be too shot by my pistols. All of you. And with that, we are out of here. Now, what did he promise after we're done with that quest?
Hail!
Oh, right. This thing. Let's actually throw some points into magic, just so we're staying competitive. And after that, Adventurer. Improves the potency of potions, increases the rate of experience and fame gain, and reduces resurrection penalties. That will of course need a level 10, so in 2 levels, we'll get our hands on a pretty solid investment down the line.
Good day to you.
Good day to you as well. And we can definitely sell all of that. Even the unique sword. And though it pains me to do so, by the time we actually get to strength 21, it will lag behind in damage. Alas. Do you have any new boomsticks? Only pistols? Only pistols. Electric damage and armor degraded per hit to be traded for critical hit chance and poison damage. And well, the raw damage is there, but you don't have any sockets. This one, however, does, and already deals a little bit of everything, physical, ice, and poison damage, so the choice is clear. You will have your poison gem extracted, my friend. And I will take the goggles. They do a lot of things, actually. Now, these, less armor but more ice resistance and poison damage increase as well as ice damage. Very good. We are definitely starting to look more and more steampunkish. Now we're gonna need to have either magic or defense.
I got things to do.
You don't need to berate me every time, you know.
Hi there.
Now give me those big health potions.
Bye-bye.
And let's get that gem out.
That's some good deals.
Thank you. Now, back to the main quest. Since we are done with the secondaries so far. Back to the dank chamber and down we go. Into the necropolis, I'm assuming. Take it away, Ulrich. That's your cue to start.
The miners chip their way down through the rock, unaware of the tombs below. When they finally break through, I hope they are wise enough to flee, collapsing their tunnels behind them. This vault was rightly sealed. It was an experiment as ill-fated as my own. Their ancestors are animated not with life, but with the same dark energy that flows through the ember veins. Separating out the vileness is impossible. Immortality lies forever beyond our reach. I was a fool to think otherwise.
Then why didn't you leave, Ulrich? If you knew, why didn't you leave? Ah well, that's a question for another day. Now, I cut the cutthroat. What are you gonna cut, my eyes or my throat? Neither, because you're dead.
Your fame has increased.
And just for that, I am also putting in a point into critical strikes. Get out of there with your shield. None of you are worthy to stand around here. Especially spiders. Look at them, lounging around thinking this is their turf. Well, it technically is. However, seeing as I am here now, things are bound to change. For the better, of course. And I do like this architecture. It reminds me even more of Tristram. Or specifically, Catacombs under Tristram. Oh, and who is that? The Changed One. Must be a pretty big name around here. Or used to be. Oh, so give me a minute, Ulrich. Let me see what loot they have dropped. And I'll sell you off everything unneeded. Lots of unidentified items. Good thing I have a lot of identify scrolls. And we can sell all of them. Legendary Druid score, huh? A staff that looks like a mace. More gold find, more magic find, more pet and minion armor and damage. That is solid, but I don't have the magic that is required. After all, what it takes would be to level up a lot more. It needs 24, and I'm at 17, so that's at least 2 levels. What do you have? Finally some necklaces. Protecting Eerie necklace, which I will take. I will sell all of that. What else do you have? A map scroll. Levels 1 to 10 for a lost dungeon. Just a quickie, as they say. Spell for elemental protection and a couple of trinkets. 1 armor degrade per hit or dexterity attribute bonus. Enticing. Very enticing. 3 electric damage or 2 electrical resistance and 5 health stone per on hit or 3 extra defense. Let's pad out our defense a little
I
bit.
don't have enough gold.
Oh, how much that one costs? Yeah, we're out of our leagues on that one, but no, we're not. However, we can take 2 of these, or we can take the skull. The indecision is palpable. Honestly, considering we'll be inserting these not into our weapons, but into armor, I think we can go with 2 embers. There. Much better. Two for 1. Well, that's great. All fine and dandy. That's another lever that we can hit. There we go. You'll love to see it. And we don't even need to go too far to sell off everything that we've looted to the merchant. What's that? Deathlace Ember. Must be pretty good.
You have completed a quest.
Ah, almost forgot that it was a quest item. Let's see here. Just straight up more armor and health. The boots. More. Trading 1 armor for 2 poison resistance. I guess I can put it on, especially considering it's got a socket. Now, will you kindly take off my hands all this junk? Thank you. That too. Wish you had some more identify scrolls on your hands, but best of luck to you, and we can move around a little more. Oh, what's that? You're digging up the dead? Let them rest. They've earned it. Even if they did not, they absolutely did. I don't see you raising the dead a consensual way, you know? Like me. Then again, I'm not a necromancer either. Or necromancer, for that matter. But I will take my chances, provided I'm adequately armed. Pow! Anyone else looking for a fight? Didn't think so. Ah, but I do spy a fishing hole in there. Guarded by Urgthuk the Devourer. I'll make short work of him. What do you have? Nothing too interesting. Now let me fish in peace. My pet wants to try new and delicious fishies. He's already meowing. Electric eel, huh? 2 more tries. A firefish and a glooper jelly. No worries, I'll feed you in a moment. So electric eel turns you into electric elemental, firefish fire elemental, glooper jelly a gel. Look at you. We'll wait until it dissipates, then move in. And hello there. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Unless you're a bot, in which case we will have to take quick and prompt measures. Who are you? Doesn't matter, you're double dead already. And those are stairs down below, therefore, let's explore a little more. And once again, we'll need more identify scrolls. Now that was a trick shot. Anything good? Just a couple of skeletal knights guarding it. No big deal. But we do have an identify scroll over here. And 2 more. Perfect. More strength and knockback resistance. And more experience gain. Well, that one is also kind of meh. Not used to all this fresh air. Look at you being a miner at heart.
Good to see ya.
Any blunderbusses, my good man? No blunderbusses, huh? And no rifles for that matter. Well, we do have a wheel-lock carbine. I know it's white, but it's much better than the smooth bore we have. Let's trade it in. Thank you.
It's not a scat.
We'll enchant it all the same. Now give me those identify scrolls. A lot of them.
Bye-bye.
Because I don't want to sell unidentified items. I prefer them identified for proper pricing.
Good day to you.
You as well? Not epic enough, huh? I understand you. Who next on the kill list? Mighty Fiend Izarath the Cutter on the 6th floor. And you'll give me a lucky silver ring. Increased experience gain, magic find, more health and fight resistance. Yeah, I suppose it would be a good replacement for that other copper ring. And you give me a mysterious map scroll too. Time to invest our points into magic, and very soon we'll be able to grab that adventurer skill. For now, however, Ricochet is the way to go.
Anything you need?
What else do you need? Shimmering Ember. Okay. But since we have 2 more maps that we can identify... Oh, before we go into that.
Good day.
906. A steal, but should be good. Nothing happens, huh?
Farewell. Hello there.
Let's give it another try. Oh, no, we don't have enough money for that yet. Oh well. Let's look at map number 1. Should be good. Definitely within our level range. And hopefully... Yes, my health is low, but that's what I buy all those health potions for. Even if they slow me down and take up valuable inventory space that I would rather spend on more items for less frequent trips to the merchant. Also, oh, hello there, big guy. Dragonkin. Looks like I murdered someone's OC. No apologies for that. Unless they show up in chat to ask for that. Then I'll apologize. I am nothing if not consistent. However, for now our wheel log is unassuming. Oh, another one, huh? And this time they were accompanied by some other types. And yes, Fellwings, huh? Well, you're definitely annoying me. And there are no slouches. Guess we're gonna need to keep our distance. As per usual. It appears we're starting to hit E621, considering how many dragons are starting to show up. Good thing this is a safe for work game. Although I can consider streaming Subverse at some point in the future, but not on this side, obviously. Not on YouTube either. It is sitting in my downloads folder, taunting me, asking me whether I want Mass Effect, but with more sex. I've yet to answer that call. Hey, yeah. Look at you being toxic as soon as I mention a not safe for work game. Some of you need to get a thicker skin that can withstand the blasts from my weapons. But slowing me down is also a good option. No, really, it is. And I'm glad that you asked. However, you running around like headless chickens does not contribute to the conversation, therefore I ask you to leave the debate. No more. You're wounded no more, worry not. But that skeleton was pretty cheeky.
Is hurt.
Calm down. You'll be good soon enough. There you go. See? Already better. Now come over here and let me offload some of that loot from you. Oh, and look at that. We're starting to hit big mana potions. That big gulp. A cursed place. I suppose you could call it that. Though some would disagree.
Has fled.
I reserve my opinions on that one. You know what I do need to do? Well, aside from killing you lot for trying to disrupt my train of thought. You as well. And you definitely for trying to molest me. Even though your name is definitely not Molester. Oh, now I lost my train of thought. Let me compose myself. Right. I do need to try and explore other avenues, if you catch my meaning. But first things first,
Has fled.
I do need to actually find courage in myself to ask people out for a collab. Otherwise, I can sit here discussing it all day and be nowhere at the end of it all. Wouldn't you agree, Rockbiter the Grim? Of course you will. While you are friend-shaped, I will not be accepting hugs from you. In fact, I will ask you to stay your distance. Thank you. Thank you very much. You understand that. And you appreciate my boundaries. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'll let you know when I need to breathe. There will be signs, specifically me choking it due to lack of air. Or other telltale signs, which people call Bocce the Rock syndrome. Because she is like me, for real, for real. She is the Ryan Gosling. And the Gosling posting will continue until morale improves.
My health is low.
After all, aren't we all real human beings and real heroes in here?
Your has fled.
I say that, and the answer is, of course, yes. Detractors, of course, like that owl here, will disagree. You are a real being. Aren't we all, to one extent or another? But beings can be heroes too. We can agree in that regard. And good on you for taking advantage of your wonky hitboxes. Oh no, the foreman is coming. What's his name? Black Church the Overseer. He's behind on his beating quota. He's pulling his hammer out. Watch out! But I am the boss of this mine. And what's this ring? Ah, another copper. Shabby. Unfortunately shabby by this point in time. But all the more gold for us. Now we have explored everything. Maybe not. We do have the stairs down, but just to be double sure. Oh god, more scalies. Please save me from this. And another mining crew. Out to play Minecraft. Well, too bad. I'm in a griefing mood. Although I suppose directly killing them in Minecraft is not too much of a griefing. Griefing is something that involves messing with them besides harming them. In Minecraft, of course. Then again, what do I know about griefing? That it's a form of trolling. But not all griefing is trolling. Or was it another way around? I am confusing myself. But the brain is not hurting just yet in that regard, so it's all fine for now. Huh, I can already see my exit out of here. But the road ahead is what's gonna be fun. After all, as with many cases of different things, it's not about the journey, or rather, it's not about destination, it's about journey. Also, that was a lot of foreman. And that's a big troll. Wonder what his name is. Guess we'll find out. Hello, Mr. Kekgog the Relic. What kind of a name is that? Kekgog. One letter away from something that a Zoomer would say. Then again, the Zoomers will say the Kek part as well. And hey, I'm not the one to judge in that regard.
Your fame has increased.
Nobody else? Not quite there yet. Also, those gel sounds are something, I tell you what. How about... More ranged weapon expertise, I suppose. Oh, goblins. Our first goblin encounter, and it went as well as you'd expect. Just because there aren't more of them around, and they were armed with basic stabbers. Spiders not tolerated, or I suppose proper tag should be spiders DNI. Yeah, spiders DNI. Just as I thought. Or to be even more broad, arachnids DNI. That would exclude even scorpions as well, probably a couple of other species that I cannot remember at this point in time, plus some others, but mainly spiders. Now, more points into magic, and now we can take the adventurer skill. We also have another active skill, which is Seeking Shot. 3 projectiles that seek out nearby foes, and another passive, Offensive Spell Mastery. Or increase in damage to that fireball that I have somewhere in here. I suppose we can use that, but for now, Adventurer, and then we'll start unlocking Seeking Shot. The Adventurer should pay for itself eventually, at least. That's what I'd like to think. But that's the first dungeon that we had taken care of. And that's another bit of loot we can sell off. Does the blacksmith have anything new? Or at least something better than we have. Let's take a closer look right about now. No, does not appear to be it. Even though that is an interesting matchlock pistol that you have here that I could use to replace this revolving handgun, and then probably enchant it. But no.
Take care now.
Thank you, will do.
Hello there.
Once more with feeling.
Fortune is kind.
Fire and physical damage. Very nice. And what do we have over here? Just a graveyard, which we cannot explore yet. But if you do listen to it, perhaps you will hear the souls of the departed, looking for their way back. No, I'm not Vati Vidya. Oh, a fishing spot. How did I not notice that before? This would make for a nice podcast spot, where I would just yap away with somebody about this and that, even though I am not very good with small talk. But I can still give it a try. Even though when I fail at something, I become so averse to it that I don't try it at all or for a very long while. Now then, let's see. What else? What now? What do you need now?
Well, hello.
You will give me a new helm, which does come with 2 sockets and a bunch of resistances. But it will also need a lot more strength than I have. Chimpanzees, huh? Soulbound Phylactery. I guess we're robbing a lich. I guess we're rubbing a lich. I feel like this could be turned into a song. I guess we're rubbing a lich. I guess we're rubbing a lich. It does have it. Carry a certain tune. Yeah, the chimpanzees, they can like rip your arms off. But don't get me started on those turf wars with gorillas they have. That's where the term guerrilla warfare comes from, you know? My buddy is he's an anthropologist. He knows what he's talking about, man. While I am at it, go fish. Yes, I've been waiting this long for this joke. It may repeat again, because I will forget. I may forgive, but I will forget. Yeah, gorilla, you know? Like Magilla gorilla. Let me get a good angle on you. Because otherwise it seems like you are content with just not being assailable. And I cannot have that, especially with all those spiders running around. An undead mage is blasting me away. Hey, what did I tell you? Safe distances, 6 feet apart. Was it 6 feet down below? We are anomalous. We are rigid. Forgive it, forget. Expecto patronum. Finally. Discolored core ember. 6 health recovery per second, now that's huge. If only we had a weapon with a gem slot. If only. We'll hold on to it, of course. Why would you sell off a perfectly good gem? Now line up, please. Step right up, step right up. Enough of that to go around.
I am wounded.
Hey, almost got me there. Almost got me. Good on you. There are, however, no prizes for that. Get out of here with your shield. Anything good? Not quite. But thank you for the golden items anyway. You are generous hosts, after all. Even if you're dead. And now double dead. Or deader. Dead, deadity dead. That's the point. Now that's a tough client. And that would be a pretty swell workplace, you know? Just sitting here, overseeing this particular corner, writing something, watching people come and go. If you could place, I suppose, a vending machine over here and another sofa over here, now that would be a pretty great workplace. Not even kidding in that regard. Not even kidding. Just this secluded corner where you're sitting, watching people come and go, filing paperwork, Oh man, what would I give for a stable desk job? Something undemanding with a slightly above minimal work payments or salary. That's the word I'm looking for. A man can dream. A man can dream about stable income, especially in these dark and trying times. Thank you for the health potion, by the way. Much appreciated. Same goes for that Shrine of Healing. We all do. Yeah. And that becomes our own power fantasy. It's sad, isn't it? Just asking for a job. Not physically demanded job, but a job. Something to sustain your family. Or yourself, at least. There could be a joke in there, but I'm not in the mood to make it right now. Maybe later. Or when there is more of an audience around. That could also work. Someone who is cool with that, you know? To give me the pass, let's put it that way. Because as we all know, humor is subjective, but a pass can be given if it's sufficiently funny. Honestly, not a fan with rooms with too many windows. They make you feel seen, not in a good way. And I don't like being seen, or perceived, or noticed, or any of the other combinations of this word. However, thank you kindly for lining up. It is very important in my line of work as a vanquisher. I do, however, wish you'd give me a better angle of approach. But beggars cannot be choosers. And unimaginable though they may be, these are the signs of our time. Well, now I get reminded of another relic from the olden times, that being Yahtzee Crowshow's book Mogworld. And if the man didn't have his own narration of the book, I totally do that. In fact, the man loves narrating his own books. A notion that I support fully, because he's got a good voice. I do wish, however, that he didn't move from Australia to USA, only on the basis of him continuing doing podcasts with his friend Gabe. He is a pretty cool guy. And enough for the bed. Don't forget to plonk this on YouTube. Thank you for the good luck, and I will see you later. Maybe I will grind a little bit more, or what passes for grind, in this part of town. The zombies do be coming. Hey, why don't you speak to my skeleton? Look at me, but I'm talking to you. Now, as long as you are, could you stand still for a bit? Because I can't seem to... Ah, never mind. But thank you for your cooperation, anyway. Now, Oath Thrower the Blasted. That's an interesting choice of naming. What, have you decided to physically throw off your oaths? Are you an oath breaker by chance? I don't take too kindly to oath breaker types around here. Too many good people have been hurt by broken oaths. I will let you pass the fact that you are blasted.
I don't have enough mana.
Well, use your regular attacks then. Jeez.
I can't carry anymore.
Anything interesting?
That isn't possible.
Just something that requires more levels, so we can sell it off for now. Especially that Morning Star. Now, how'd I miss this button? Or I suppose that's one. But give me all that gold, thank you. I don't, however, appreciate you barging into my celebratory party. I realize that it may have been your goal, but it's mine now. Finders keepers and all that. Them's the rules, as they also say. I can think of a couple of other phrases, but let's stick to the basics. Let's see. They all require me to be level 11. Or at least all of them. We'll be hitting that soon enough. I will once again say that I love the architecture in here, or, to use the meta term, level designs. I can really feel that this place has been designed by people that were working on Diablo. No matter that I love the Tristram Cathedral basement from Diablo 3, because this type of environment, the one that you see right here, is one of my more favorite ones, which is, while underground, still big enough that you cannot see where the bottom of all of these stone structures is. It's phenomenal. If we're trying to cram this into one word. Phenomenal, fantastic, maybe a couple of other words starting on P or F, depending on your preferences. But don't look at me like that, because I don't just blindly sing praises. I do this because I like what I'm seeing. Otherwise, I would have been silent, or most likely playing another game at all. Another game at all. What kind of sentence is that? A sentence from someone whose English is definitely not his first language. But hey, I'm not ashamed of my ESL status, and I will carry it as a badge of honor.
I don't have enough money.
Now, if you can still stay kindly. Hey, that was unfortunate. Could have been even more unfortunate if I were to die there, but I am quick on the draw in that regard.
Your pet has departed.
No, wait. I misclicked once again. I think we've explored everything in here, so it's time to head down. And maybe once my pet gets back, I will actually give him that trinket. I think he can wear those, as well as other rings. I'll need to double check. I don't have a full minute until he gets back here, after all. The night is young. Or at least I think so. Or so I thought would be another good sentence. Why are you not dead? Did your shield protect you from that? What a good and useful shield you have. And you even came back a second time due to your wizard friend over there. Too bad it didn't protect you from a bullet to the face.
Your pet has returned.
Wonderful. Now, as I was going to do. First of all, this goes on me. This can go on you. For now. Even though dexterity bonus is kind of meaningless to you, I suppose I can give you something better. You are, after all, my pet. I am responsible for you through thick and thin. I hate to see you getting hurt, actually. Don't tell anyone else, but I do care deeply about you. Even if you are just a stupid NPC cat.
Your pet has fled.
Insufficient mana.
Get out of my sight, you spectral menace.
I am hurt.
And a new pistol. Not necessarily better than the one we have right now. Or maybe it is. Some mod is stolen on hit as well. Ah, damn. We finally have a replacement, ladies and gentlemen.
That is impossible.
Defense 14. No slots, but I think it will be worth it. Just need to get a bit of a better defense for that.
I am wounded.
Don't die on me yet. Skeleton archers are no joke. which is why they should be prioritized, especially if you're a ranged class. Especially more if you're melee class. Now, who goes there?
I am wounded.
Ooh, how did I not notice that? Let's resurrect at the entrance to the floor. We got us some payback to catch. Sometimes you get just so engrossed in the action in front of you that you forget to look right behind you. And that's how they get you, these skeletons. Now, who was it? Eye Reaper the Accursed. What a name. Can you speak to my daylight representative in that regard? We'd be delighted to meet someone such.
Your pet is hurt.
In such disarray. And that's what we've been looking for. Soulbound Phylactery. I suppose we did fight a lich over it. Just he was not looking as lichy as you'd expect. Be gone from my sight. Anything else we've missed? Just the Morning Star, which we cannot use anyway. Also, before I forget, time to invest our points into defense. And I'm thinking we can pick up the Seeking Shot just to get it off the ground. Hopefully, it can pay for itself. Definitely seems to be paying for itself. I think Rockflinger the Savage over here can attest. Same goes for Izukan the Iniquitous. Iniquitous, what? That's honestly the first time I'm hearing this word on it. I don't consider myself a linguist, but it is an interesting word, if I do say so. Luckily, his shield does not proc that block too often. Anything new that we've picked up? Any exciting others? Do we trade electric damage for poison resistance? I think we do. Besides, that already looks better than our older pauldron. That's a no-brainer. As long as you have Mara to shoot, you will do it. And yes, Rockflinger the Savage. That's a pretty good name. This is befitting of an action RPG mob. Elite mob at that. I vibe with it. Same goes to you. Now, do I hear whispering? Not in the sense that all those schizomemes whispering, but there was some whispering in-game. I think there was. But I'm not sure as to who was it. Ah well, I guess we'll never find out. Now, looking at the time, I think we're gonna need to call it soon. You look strong. Well, thank you, kid. I'm glad that you think so. Ooh, ooh la la. We do be looking sexy in that regard. Almost like a steampunk cosplayer at your local convention. However, as I was going to say, this is where we call it for tonight. I hope you have enjoyed this stream, and you'll be looking forward to me continuing going through Torchlight. Because it is a genuinely fun game, relaxing even at the hard difficulty level. But, thank you all for coming, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.